Howdy boys, it's MPC and today we're going to be customizing the Lampadati Tigon, which is based on the De Tomaso P72. Pretty cool looking car, very unique, very sleek, and I'm excited to customize it. My initial impression of this is like it kind of gives Mach 5 vibes if any of you guys have ever watched Speed Racer, especially because it's in white. But just like the shape, it has really, high arches around the wheels, and the back end has those solar red lights. It almost is like 4GT-ish in the back. And I don't know if that's what Rockstar was going for, because I know they like to fuse their cars sometimes, but it's a very cool looking vehicle. First up, we're going to do our armor and our brakes. For our bumpers, we have a decent amount of options. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. I feel like if I were to do anything, it would be to add canards, but I feel like the canards make it look more fish-like. And typically I like the shape of these type of splitters where they kind of get like indented in the middle, but I think because the stock bumper already comes with this fin, I don't really want to touch it. For your rear bumper, we can add a diffuser. Oh, I like that second diffuser, that was nice. This one's pretty cool as well, the performance diffuser. Ooh, when we get the two lights, do we want the split lights? I feel like this one might be a little too much, even though I do like the design. The Racer diffuser looks the best because the Racer Mark II is cool. It has like a little bit of extra detail, but it gets a little more bug-like with those giant beady eyes. And I do like how big the light is in the back. For our engine, we're gonna max that out. For our lights, of course, we're gonna zoom on those. And then for a livery, oh, that's a really nice livery, the yellow one. I think there's a lot that we can do with that. The rest of these are kind of just like race cars. Okay, we'll come back to the livery. I feel like it's like a final addition. It's like the last touch, But for our plate, we're gonna go yellow and black since it sits above the, I don't know what you call that. Is that the exhaust? No, that's the exhaust. What is this? It's like a rear grille. Don't flame me if that's wrong. I don't know what that is. Now, as for a respray, I was thinking of something more bright. The white looked pretty good actually. Wow, okay, the bright orange looks incredibly good. I was thinking we could even go with like a gold, something classier. Oh, that bright orange looks so good. I was thinking about this car in lime green though. I think that would be neat, but we would definitely have to change that pearlescent. Maybe I'm not feeling it after all. I think the lime is a little too heavy. Ooh, the sunset red. That's super unique. We might be able to go with something crazy. Okay, as good as the bright orange looks, I feel like it's a little too easy. I don't want an easy win. I want something that's gonna get the gears in my brain going. So we're gonna go with the sunset red and see if we can make anything out of it. Worst case, we can always come back. I don't know what pearlescent that is, but it's really nice. What is that? That's like a brown of some sort. Maybe a cream? We could definitely make it more red. I think the candy red looks really nice with the brownish colors. Or we could just keep it brown. I kind of want to play around with it with just the sunset red. So we'll leave it for now. For our secondary color, maybe we'd go with the matte. I feel like the matte would look cooler than the metallic. Definitely stands out more, but it does like establish where the hood is. It gives the car a little more shape. So we're gonna go with matte black. For our skirts, let's see, we've got some race skirts with some wings. Oh, that's a shame that you can't change those. Like the color. I am liking the shape of the race skirt because the fin is similar to the one on the front and it boxes the wheel in a little bit. And for a spoiler, let's see what kind of wings we have. That one's pretty cool looking. Very interesting. Very interesting. You know what this looks like? It's like a newer, more updated version of the Monroe. I really like that primary race spoiler. I think we're just gonna go with that. Do we want to throw in a sun strip? I feel like that would be pretty out of place. So we are gonna skip out on that because the top is primarily glass. For suspension, we are gonna drop that down. It doesn't even drop all that much. Transmission, max, turbo, tuned, and then for wheels, I do want to try something. As good as it looks in the chrome stock wheels, I want to try something new. I just feel like the car could use a little touch up. The deep flake reverse looks really nice, especially with the brown. Looks very classy. It's definitely got to be rims that are a little more outstretched. That one doesn't look too bad either, Hype 5s, just because of how far reaching they are. I don't know. The Rockbell Mega Deeps are actually pretty cool looking too. They are pretty like inwards in the car though. Is my only issue, but I feel like it gives it like a more unique shape. It's almost like a little sportier. Mercies do look good actually. I feel like it does need the spokes. Let's go with Mercies. I think Mercies are not going to fail us. For a color, we could definitely do a black. That's going to look good, of course, but I was thinking we could also try something else out, like white, a little more experimental. That garnet red actually matches incredibly well. There is sunset red. Oh, do we just go for the rim match? I feel like it's too easy. It's like a little lazy, but I do think we can change the rim color and make it some kind of like gold. Straw brown is actually a really nice looking color. No, I feel like it's a little too tame. I think to match the pearlescent, we should go with either like the sunset red or something like the dark copper. I'm really liking that one. Yeah, that actually looks super cool. It sort of matches the pearlescent and makes both the rim and the pearlescent pop more. I think it's a cool color combo. For our tires, we're going to bulletproof those. We're going to leave the tire smoke off because I think it is still a classier looking vehicle. I just don't see tire smoke on it. That's more like messier street builds. And then for our windows, do we want to tint them? I feel like no. I feel like it's ruining the look of the car to tint them. So we're going to leave those untinted. See, we can add some racing stripes now. What are we thinking? Kind of looking like a no-go. Yeah, I think the vehicle looks great like this. Sunset red with dark copper rim. Beautiful. All right, little sound test. Kind of a standard sound, but whatever. It's not the worst thing in the world. It just sounds like the tires. There's like a few other supercars in the game that have it. It's a really nice drive, actually. It turns very quickly. I think the only thing is that the back end is very light. It doesn't seem to weigh all that much. So when I'm making my incredibly agile turns, the back end will want to throw itself out before the weight of the car has completely shifted. Like the car can definitely move, that's for sure. And it's not unmanageable. It just is a little strange. But how good is this vehicle actually? In terms of racing on old gen consoles and PC, this vehicle is within the top 10 supercars. It's really fast. I think its biggest issue is just that it slides around in the back too much. Like you can get it to kick out super easily. I guess not super easily, but it doesn't, you don't need to try that hard for that to happen. It doesn't take much effort to get it to go out. So, you know, while that is a little bit of a shame, it is still technically a viable supercar. I'd say things within the top 10 category. It's still a viable supercar. I'd say cars that are within the top 10 are viable in the supers class because there's a little bit of difference between, you know, first place and lower down on that top 10, but it's not as big as something like the GTO in the sports class where it's just leagues better than anything else. This car in top speed is very comparable to the Krieger, which, as you guys know, absolutely cooks the competition. Super fast vehicle, and this one is no exception. Here's the off-the-line test for you guys. I'm expecting it to be pretty fast if it has, you know, a good performance like that. Yeah, that was pretty good. It's no Torero, but it's still a vehicle that can haul ass for sure. If you guys are looking to grab one of these for yourselves, you can find it under the two-door section of Legendary Motorsport for $1.73 million, down from 2.3. Is this vehicle worth your money? You know, I would say so. I think 1.7 is a pretty good price for it. Maybe a little lower, like 1.65, but at that point, who even cares? I always felt a little weird about the Tigon at first because it looks a little funky with the huge headlights and the front is really low to the ground, and it's just got such a big front splitter section that I didn't really know what to do with it. But after buying it and customizing it, I think it's set up for some pretty good things, and I think especially a clean build like this looks absolutely fantastic on it. I think this car looks incredibly good, and I think this wing suits it perfectly. It's just got a very nice shape to it, and I'm happy that there were things that I could still customize on the body despite its base model not being super adjustable. But it's a very pretty car, performs well, so overall I would say it's worth your money. That's gonna wrap it up for this customization. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed, comment down below and let me know what you thought of my build and what vehicles you would like to see next time. Sub to the channel if y'all are new. There will be more content like this coming out in the very near future, and that's about it. So take care, and I'll catch you boys in the next one. Peace.